Hello, everyone. Welcome to our exciting episode today. If you've been wondering how to make money online in 2020 or all about apps, you are in the right place today. So hold tight and let's rock.
Welcome to Coffee with the Queens. You are in the right place if you have coffee and a tiara. Okay, as long as you have questions, you are in the right place. Join forces where queens of kingdoms come together to share successful stories and wisdom that made our digital kingdoms abundant. Take it away, Queen Tammy.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on our 5th episode of Coffee with the Queens. And today we have a really exciting guest, a really exciting topic for you. Just a couple of housekeeping things. If you want to win some prizes with us today, we always give away some amazing coffee. Make sure that you go over to our Digital Duchess Facebook page. Okay, you'll see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Engage there. We're looking for people to engage with us and have fun with us. And the most engaging folks are going to be in the drawing for prizes. So you don't want to miss that. So, Hala, what have you been up to?
Oh my goodness. Well, work. But you know, we are in chaotic times right now, right, guys? And I mean, how is your business going? It's a little slow for me. What about you, Kathy?
Actually, my business is booming because I deal with death and dying and making a plan for something to go bad. So, I mean, I'm the silver lining. I'm sorry, I'm the silver lining of the pandemic. I'm sorry to say that, but
that's amazing. Everyone knows I do Amazon, so Amazon's going quite well. And I think that has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today. You know, everyone is kind of moving online. So, we thought it would be really great for us to help business owners or help people get online or grow your cash or grow your kingdom with making money online if you haven't before. So, that's what our topic is today. What about you, Sandra? What's going on?
Oh, just, having to look at things a little differently since most of my clients, and I get my clients from speaking, most of my clients in the spring were keynote speakers for conferences. And so you kind of go, all right, none of that's going on. And I have been chatting with a lot of people in my community that wish that, because knowing that Matthew was coming on today, I asked, have you ever thought about having your own app? And the answer overall for those that haven't done it yet was, yes, I checked into it, but it was really expensive. So we're going to ask him about how we can overcome the perceived expense of starting up your own app, as Matthew's dancing down there. And that I noticed is, yes, a lot of people are coming up with ways that they can engage people, either from a learning course or just a different way. Instead of just going to a website, they're inventing other ways of reaching people and teaching and speaking. So, and getting their message and their content out there. So I'm excited to hear Matthew today.
Yeah, and many years ago, I wanted to actually make an app for my site because I have a membership site and I have my clients in there, and I teach belly dance classes. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted it to be easy for them to find. And, I don't know about you guys, but I live holding my phone, right? You will not leave home without it. And so you need to have your clients literally in the palm of your hand, right? And so that's what Matthew's going to talk about. I'm so excited. So everybody, I want to welcome Matthew McGregor. He is a master of business growth. He's a speaker, a coach, a trainer, and he's the founder of the creator of 22 apps. Originally, Matthew ran a multiple six-figure digital marketing agency called the Client Conversion Formula, where he helps entrepreneurs sort out their online marketing funnels to create six-figure businesses online. However, after noticing a big problem that affected 100% of clients, he realized that mobile apps quickly had to become part of the toolkit entrepreneurs need to thrive. I hear you. Please welcome Matthew McGregor.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is already the coolest interview thing I've ever done. This is amazing.
Nice. We like to have fun, and you already are having fun with us even before we came on. So you fit the bill.
So if I could just one thing. So I'm one of those people of the old school where the first app I ever created was punch cards on an IBM 1401 assembly language computer. And so I wanted to talk about just for a second the fact that we owe everything today from putting a man on the moon. In 1969, we put a person on the moon for the very first time. And actually that was the start of computers and software. And it was the very first time that software was used. And more importantly, it actually created the entrepreneurial revolution. There was a guy by the name of Adam Osborne. He created the first mobile computer. He wrote a book called The Industrial Revolution, which talks about how the man on the moon, and we got all this hardware, software that the government paid for, and then we as entrepreneurial people cashed in on. It's a great book, but it talks about why today we have 6 million apps sitting in our app store and it's affordable for everyone to do. And I love this stat. The power on our phone is 100,000 times the power of the computer that put a man on the moon.
With that, go Matthew.
There you go, Matthew. We're ready. We want to use those 100,000 times power.
Yes, that's the idea.
Yeah.
I would definitely say this is the perfect time to be looking into the mobile app kind of marketing space, as like in the past, there's been mobile apps, and you could hire a development team to create one, but it just didn't do everything that you might want it to do. Whereas now in 2020 moving into 2021, the apps have been around for such a period of time that all of the functionality and features and ability to create exactly what you want are all there. And so it's really an exciting time. I definitely agree. Yes.
Now, there was something that I read that apps are really maybe going to replace websites as far as, definitely I think they can get more engagement than a website, right? That's one of the things. Do you think it could be a replacement for a website?
Yeah. So let me talk about that. So let me share a couple of ideas so that people, our audience really understands the concept of mobile apps. So the reason most organizations and entrepreneurs desire a mobile app so heavily is because of two things. The first thing would be the physical screen real estate that it takes up on someone's device. So unlike a website, like you kind of just mentioned, when somebody goes to a website, they might open it once, they might even go there twice, but it's unlikely they're going to go there every single day or multiple times a week to engage and connect with you and, of course, learn and grow and eventually buy from you. Whereas with a mobile app, because it's actually physically downloaded on their phone, and when they open up their phone, they're going to see it every single day, and they're going to feel inclined to check out what's new, see what they can learn. And this builds up what are called daily active users or monthly active users. Daily active users, monthly active users, where now rather than people just checking you out, they are actually coming in and engaging on a regular basis with you and your world and whatever it is you've got going on. And so I still think websites have a place. I personally believe that mobile apps are going to be the new standard for entrepreneurs and businesses to engage with their clients and customers. So both potential clients and current clients. Though a website is more for something like if somebody's checking you out for media and they only really need to see a couple of things to determine, are you a good speaker or should we have them on the platform or maybe not. So it still serves a purpose in that sense, but yeah, I hope that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does. Now, how many apps, just curious, ladies, how many apps are on your phone? Tammy, you're the worst. I think you already mentioned it. So we're going to go to you.
The worst. Yeah. So I have like 8 pages, 8 or 9 pages.
And I made fun of you, but I've got 4.5. So
Yeah.
I mean, I have apps that will make a wine bottle talk, and I leave that on here because it's right. He's like, oh my God.
Mine's all sporadic. They're all over the place.
Very useful. Very useful.
But here's the question: which ones do we use the most? Right? Like, so for me, you know, it's the banking and the credit card ones that I immediately do, or I have every morning I check, you know, I can get daily payouts from Amazon. So I go there to do that. There's fun ones, you know, but I think it's the ones that I would not be able to live without those really great ones on my phone. You know, now with ordering out so much, I have specific, you know, what are all the different services to order, you know, food from restaurants. Some restaurants have their own, you know, in terms of that, you know, Matthew, like, what is the deciding factor for if a business is struggling? Does it make sense for me to have an app? What are the criteria that you would kind of go through?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of thoughts, like based on what you said, that were kind of floating around for me. The first thing that I'll say is, a lot of people, as we kind of saw with yourselves, have a lot of apps on their phone, and so the second reason that mobile apps are so powerful, which I mentioned that there's 2, is the idea of push notifications. And so push notifications are those little dings, those little pop-ups that come up on your phone, where it says, like, check out this new video on 5 keys to branding success, or new event happening soon in your area, register now. And it's kind of like this quick call to action, this quick pop-up that reminds them to come back to your app if they you know, forget about it, or maybe something happened and they haven't used it in some period of time. And so that's kind of the magic there of having people use it on a consistent basis. Though, to answer your question specifically around when should somebody look into having an app, or if somebody's struggling, does it make sense? In my, kind of our idea is, with our software platform that we have been working on, that we've been building, we're actually releasing kind of a little bit of a crazy idea. We're actually releasing a completely free version where somebody can get started on our platform and build their own app and actually publish it to the App Store without paying us a single dime. We do have some upgrades and paid things if, you know, people want. Obviously, we're a business. Though the idea would be, hey, if you think that this could be a good idea, try our free plan. Give it a go. See what you think. And
that totally takes away the argument that it's too expensive. You know, what I said, number one response for people said it's too expensive. I looked into it, or I looked into it a few years ago, which I think it was even more expensive then, and they just said I can't do it. So this way they can.
So can I ask you a question?
Exactly.
So when you say publish to the App Store, your App Store, when you say the words publish to the App Store, your App Store or the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, those.
Good question. Yes. So when I say publish to the app stores, you want to have your app, and like our software allows this to be, you want to have your app on the iPhone App Store and the Android Google Play Store. And those 2 app stores will make up 99% of smartphones. I like to say the other 1% is slowly dying. So it's iPhone or it's Android.
So in the old world, I'm a developer. In order to get on the App Store, I have to apply as a developer, pay a fee, renew it every year, and that's the only way I can publish on an App Store. Are you saying that goes away with your process?
So you don't have to pay us anything to be able to build and create your app to start. There is on Google a $25 one-time developer fee, which is pretty great. It's $25 one time, and then on Apple, it's $99 a year, which makes it super easy, super doable.
But I still have to go through. But do I still have to go through that process to be a quote unquote authorized developer before I can push your apps over to those stores?
Yeah, you'd have to create an account with them.
Got it. Okay.
Matthew, I want to ask another like kind of layperson question, right? Because I don't have my own app. It's always sort of intimidated me. People have said, why don't you? And I'm like, because don't want to spend the money, don't understand it. Maintenance of it, right? Maintenance of it seems like it would be a pain. So what's your answer to that? What is it like if somebody's going, well, do I want an app? How much attention am I going to have to give to it? What's the answer there?
Yeah. There's a couple of things here. The first kind of thing that I'll say is definitely in the past, like you're right. The problem has been that it's just too time consuming or expensive to maintain an app. Like you generally spend to create a really, really amazing, fantastic app, 20, 30, 40,000 minimum. And then it can go all generally up to 70, 80,000. But sometimes it goes beyond if it's really, really complex. And then you'd also have to maintain it and spend thousands every month or every year.
Oh, that sounds pretty scary. That sounds pretty scary for a lot of people.
Exactly. For development. But so our idea was kind of like, what can we do to make that as easy as possible? And so feel free to drop that link in that I shared to get their free account. But basically it's like, what if we had the original idea was, what if we could create a drag and drop platform where if somebody wanted to add a new page to their app or a new screen, or like maybe as an example, lots of our clients do some kind of daily notification. It might be a quote, a tip, a message, something that they do. Like some clients do have their clients wake up and do affirmations, and it gives them certain tasks for their particular day. All of that can just be easily with a couple clicks, kind of like if you're using PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or something like this. You might click copy, paste, swap out the image, swap out the text, and it's as simple as that to update and maintain things and add content and that sort of thing.
So that's awesome. I see it as potential for people that have coaching businesses or even fitness experts to be able to send something every day and recommend that they do something.
Yeah.
Or financial experts even, to send something either every day or a couple of times a week of action steps or things to do. It's great.
Totally.
I would love to back up a second because you're very young. And you're an entrepreneur. And
are we going to address the elephant in the room? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I like it.
The more mature queens with you. But how did you get interested? Well, first of all, you must have an entrepreneurial spirit. Where did that come from? And then how did you get interested, in apps? What was that journey for you in the beginning?
Yeah. I must say I do come from a family of entrepreneurs. My mom helps train speakers to speak and sell on stage, and my dad was like a Tony Robbins coach for a number of years. So I've been in the space, but I've never received. I've only received I guess advice and wisdom from them, which I can definitely appreciate, but the whole, I guess, financial journey has been kind of on my own and figuring out how to do things and put it all together. And so I actually started with another company called the Client Conversion Formula, where I basically started building websites for people who needed website help. And that kind of turned into, oh, hey, you're doing my website. Can you also help me with my funnel and webinar and launch and email marketing? And I really fell in love with it, to be honest. It's I think it's cool. A lot of other people are like, Matthew, you take care of that for me. I think it's cool.
That'd be me. I'm that one.
Essentially, there came a point about a year and a bit ago where I was like, we had some extra cash in the business, and I thought, what can I do with this cash? What can I create? And the idea came like, there's like landing page builders, like ClickFunnels and lead pages and stuff like this, and there's website builders like Wix, Squarespace, Divi. Why is there no like mobile app builder? And I looked into it, and there were a couple, but they just didn't do what I wanted them to do, or there was something off with them, to say the least. So that's kind of my story and how I got into it. And yes, I'm 22.
That was my next question. I was going to say, I'm assuming you are 22 because of the name of your app, 22 app.
No, that's not why. I made
No.
22 apps when I was 21. But that
Are you going to
was
become
a
22 apps
convenient
next
thing.
year?
What does 22
the
stand
the
for?
URL.
What does 22 in the 22 app stand for?
Oh yeah, right. So basically, the reason we picked 22 apps is in kind of like we looked into it, and in numerology, it's basically a 22. The number is like a symbol of results and optimization and efficiency and things like this. And I thought, wow, that kind of describes me. So we went with it.
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Oh, how great. Very
So
cool.
what's your big picture to continue on what your vision is, since you've been able to move forward and create this, and it's still growing, right? We're going to, in fact, people will go there and check it out and make their own apps and see how easy it is. So what do you see yourself doing like 5 years from now? Where would you like to be?
So 5 years from now, I would say that, well, what I talk to my team about every week, every Friday, is I remind myself and them of the vision of, we want every entrepreneur to be able to have their own mobile app, as it just makes sense for practically every type of businesses. If you want to be engaging with clients consistently, then you go to where the clients are. And just for like a little bit of statistics, in case anyone's wondering, 5% people spend about 3 to 4 hours a day across their various different devices, which I think is kind of crazy. But then of that 3 to 4 hours a day, 5% of that time is consumed on some sort of desktop device. 7% of that time is consumed on some sort of mobile web browser, like on their phone. Yet 88% of that time is actually consumed inside mobile apps. And so what this means is that many people are missing out on 88% of the pie. It's like, how much easier would it be to sell your programs, products, and services if you can tap into 7 times more leads or engagement, right?
Wow.
No, I actually think that this is a great app, which is what Sandra was talking about. This is an extension of, there are certain businesses that we're in. I see this is a natural extension that it doesn't have a lot of the normal issues with writing an app, like coaching, courses, all those, what this app does, it provides you this immediate, because I watched the video and stuff, it seems like this app is a perfect product for providing immediate communications without going to email, without getting all these text messages that I can't even find the message you're supposed to send me to remind me to log on today, because those push notifications right now are a massive, someplace hidden, where this app really provides this one-to-one communication between me and you. And that's for a lot of, I think, businesses, that's really valuable.
Well, even I was looking at your fellow millennials are very optimistic about starting businesses. And like 47% of millennials are like, yes, it's possible to do this, which is great. I love that fire. And 13% of them actually are starting businesses, but they're in the arts and entertainment. But I'm starting, and as I was looking at that statistic, I'm thinking, well, how would they use an app? And now I'm thinking, I do have a couple of bands, musicians, art organizations that would be so beneficial to be able to send out something that says, hey, listen to our first track, or we're going to be performing at such and such this weekend, register here, or something like that. Just a way to be able to get people engaged. Is there any other ideas for somebody that's like, say, I'm in Austin, so it's a music city, so let's just say music.
Yeah.
How would that help somebody who's an artist?
You're exactly right. And that's funny you mentioned that, because I think 2 or 3 days ago, somebody signed up for it who I was talking to, who had like the same thought, like, what the heck do I do? And his name's Tim. I like Tim. Anyway, Tim and I were talking about for his band, how both, yes, there can be like the place where they can RSVP for anything that they are going to, but when it comes to a band, people fall in love with the band and the members of the band themselves. And so what I was talking about Tim with was like, how can you keep them in the loop of all of the things that are going on behind, both like that they can listen to, obviously, but also behind the scenes and things like that as well. And almost it's like this VIP fan experience that people can really tune into and then talk about with their friends, because that's kind of the idea. There is how can one person then start talking and sharing, and one person turns into many people because of how awesome Tim is.
It's like a backstage pass.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you look at the stats, it's kind of like publishing a book, writing an app. 99% of all apps don't make money. 99% of most books don't make money. But when you use that content as a way to build an existing business and a way to provide that authority, and that to me is the winning combination for where I see your app, and I see books too. It's like, it gives me authority. It gives me that connection. It makes me be that person that people want to connect to. So when I looked at, I thought this is a great place. If I have an existing business and I just want to expand it into, this is a great app, I think.
I'll also, if I may add on top of that, just for audience member clarification, you can choose to make your app obviously free or paid. Like, you can charge for your app or you can make it free. Though when it comes to businesses, like, as an example, coaching or consulting, or even Tim, the smartest play would actually be to use the app as an engagement tool, which then sells into higher end programs, products, and services that are delivered outside of the app. So consider.
Right. When we were talking about your favorite apps, one of my favorite apps is an app called Family Album. I don't know if you've seen it, but it is that perfect example of what you're talking about. The app is a premium model, and basically what it does, I have grandchildren, right? And every day you take thousands of pictures of this kid. She's beautiful. Anyhow, and then it comes in my app. That's all free. But then once a month, they make a photo album for me. And then I have the chance to actually buy that photo album. Actually create a photo. That to me is a perfect business model. Your app is to engage. And then the more you engage, then you have more opportunities to promote. Totally.
I like that. I haven't opened that app, but I've heard of it, and I really like that idea. That's cool.
Yeah, it's as far as I can tell, it has millions of users, and I can see why. It's super simple.
It's almost like when you go to an event and they take your picture on the way in, and then they later ask you, do you want the picture? And most people say, yes, I'll buy the picture. It's the same.
Yeah. Now it happens on roller coaster rides.
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
Exactly. When you're like this.
Yes, exactly.
So your app right now is in beta, and it's in the process of, so it's going to be ready really soon. And, I think what it would be really fun is when it's all said and done and we bring you back and actually make an app right live for Coffee with the Queens. Wouldn't that be so much fun?
I'd have to agree.
That
Yes.
would be
Do
wow.
that for sure.
Let's just be clear, people can go now and build something, right? They can go now. Yes or no?
So right now we're taking registrants, and we're going to be having our official public launch in early 2021, like February, March, something like that. I could show the builder off in its current state, though. The builder is done. We're just essentially tidying up the bugs in these last couple of months, and we're pretty confident about our release time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Well,
I say we bring it back definitely, and then make it literally right here. This would be so
Yeah.
great.
Sounds
I
good.
think we are the perfect customer for this app. We would give we would connect all of our customers and our fans with this app, and then we would notify them. They'd have this show's getting ready to start, or it's now up on YouTube, and that to me was the perfect. That's how I saw this app being used.
Mhm.
And we're your perfect customer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah,
Exciting
yeah.
stuff. Well, this has been amazing. This has been so educational. And again, this is the wave of the future. And we live on our phones. I tell you, if you forget a phone, if you're going out driving, you forget your phone, you will come back. I don't care if you're late to an appointment. So yeah, it's great.
Totally.
This is so great.
100%.
Thank you. You got some comments saying that's a great idea. So yes, awesome. Very cool.
Yay.
We'll have to do it.
So
Thank
we'll
you so much,
be
Matthew.
posting the link all over, and definitely get up on this app and register for this, because amazing things are going to happen for your business with this app. I know it will. So again, thank you so much, Matthew. Yes, Tammy.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I was just gonna say, I get messages all the time about how people can make money online from home, how people can make money online in general. If it's just a side hustle, if it's something that you want to do to grow your business, another way to grow your business. It's a wonderful tool to have in your back pocket to reach more people. 88% of where they spend their time, as Matthew said, which is a big stat. So, please, everyone watching, just go ahead and check that out for Matthew. He'll give you a free account with that link, and you'll find all the rest in the description if you need the link again. And thanks so much for being a incredible, inspirational millennial guest for our viewers.
Yes.
Aw,
Thank you so much. So great to have you here.
Right,
Absolutely.
and don't forget the man on the moon and how he got us here.
Oh, is it
Totally.
Is it prize time? Is it prize time? Did anyone?
I'm looking here. I'm trying to toggle between Digital Duchess and the other one, so I haven't seen anything come in, but
I
I'm
see
looking all over.
in the comments on StreamYard, our stream platform. We've got Josette has by far been the most engaging.
Right.
So Josette, congratulations. You're going to win a free bag of Coffee with the Queens, which is phenomenal coffee.
It is good.
So if you share your email with us, we'll get the rest of the information. Actually, you could also text the word MOOLA to 69922, and we'll get you what you need. There it is, our Coffee with the Queens coffee. It's so yummy, so good.
And we have at least one quote for everyone today, and I think we talked about one of our favorites is Henry Ford, who said, "If I had asked the people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." So it's all about innovation, right? And I'm a horse lover, but it is, that's why I like it. But it does make you think. We have to be ahead and think ahead and be forward thinking. And if you ask somebody, several years ago about an app, they would have said, "Well, no, I have a website. That's good enough. It's just they're looking at a faster horse." So, right?
That's awesome, Josette. I just wanted to show you Josette's so happy. Look at her. She's like, "What? Oh wow!"
Josette!
Yes,
I love that.
you can win with
Matthew,
engagement.
do you
Nice.
drink coffee?
I personally don't, but my mom very much likes it. Yes.
Yeah, so this is our empowerment, or 12 ounces of empowerment to have every morning. So this is our Coffee with the
That's
Queens,
so cool.
our empowerment blend coffee. There you go. So
Oh man, that's cool.
On that topic, you guys, if you're still interested in coming to our POD workshop, coffee is one of the things that we're showing you how to do print on demand with. So if you're still interested in that, text MOOLA, the word MOOLA, to 69922, and then here, I'll put it up.
Spell MOOLA for everybody.
Oh,
Seriously.
MOOLA, moolah, which is in America. It's another word for cash. Okay, so you're going to make some cash. That's
yes.
what
And this was made on print on demand.
Yeah.
Those are my two baby kitties right there, Bonnie and Claudia. So this is their blend.
Very good.
Coffee blend.
Pet lovers coffee. It's awesome. So, and then, I had one quote as well. This week, it was the birthday for the Marines in the military. And so I saw all these posts across social media all week with the military, the Marines enjoying their birthday. And one of the sort of their unofficial quotes is improvise, adapt, and overcome. And I really love that for this week's show because, if you're a business looking for ways to grow, if you're someone working from home looking for a side hustle, ways to grow, an app is one of those things. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. All right.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're about to wrap up. Y'all, yeah?
Yes,
So
yes.
I want to encourage everybody, if you enjoyed the show, please share about us, subscribe to the channel. I know that you've seen it kind of scrolling across the bottom. Please do that. We'd love to have you join us next week. We're going to be shifting gears next week quite a bit because we're going from building an app to protecting what you've already got. So we're going to have a fraud expert. Now, hang on. This guy is really interesting. He was trained to interrogate people for their fraud at corporations and companies for the same place that the FBI goes. So we've had some really interesting conversations off camera. We're going to bring him on camera next week, and we're going to talk about the ways that you can prevent fraud from happening to your business because we want you to protect your cash, credit, castle, and kingdom. We're out of here. Wind it up. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Matthew. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matthew.